What's up, guys? Tristan Minton, aka Pager.One, back again. This time we're doing a little backyard mural action.
Trying to plan.
Now, murals, no matter how big or small or fun or not, there's a lot of prep work that goes into these things. From just concept and understanding what you're painting and doing, making mocks for the client to check out, and then planning all your paint for when you actually get there.
All right.
I like to actually have a mock that's like pretty far along and looks a lot like what the end result should look like, without going overboard and spending too much time.
These colors here. Boom, that.
Now, this is a mural for a buddy, so it was low pressure and was just going to be a fun experience. I was real stoked for this mural too, because I got to bring my kids and my wife. It's actually my wife's friend whose house we're painting. And my wife and I used to paint a bunch back in the day, but since kids, it is limited. So this is an awesome opportunity for all of us to just hang out for a while, have fun painting. As always with the murals, you got to start with the lines and figure out where you're going to actually put your paint and your colors. And then after you got your outline done, you can start getting some fills in. Fills are the best. Get a big old giant fat cap. Love that I was able to bring my kids and they're helping me do a lot of this stuff with the base layer. It's always a lot of fun. Got to make sure you got your respirators on though, because spray paint is very bad for you. I think I used a lot of Cobra paint in this mural, as well as Flame. I'm sure there's every other brand in there as well. Whatever I can get my hands on in the colors I like. The one thing about a lot of the paint companies is they don't necessarily blend together that well. From paint brand to paint brand, it matters a lot on the matte and the gloss and the finish. So you never really know until you're doing the end when you're actually doing hard outlines.
You're gonna spray your hand. Okay.
My kids had a blast coming along. It helps a lot to have some people help you fill in color until you have to do all the details later. But painting's such a cool therapeutic process, honestly. Once you have your design already done and your client signed off on everything, now it's the fun part of just let's bring this mural to life, see what we're gonna make happen. There's my wife helping me rock it. Now, I love these yellow universal caps for doing all my line work for the most part. They have like a really good medium kind of line to them, and generally I can get very crispy lines with it. I really hate fuzzy lines a lot. Probably like if I have any kind of signature to my style of painting, it's I do really like crispy lines. We'll just listen to some spray can action for a minute. Now these background fades I probably should have done first before I painted the mountains, just to make my life easier, but I never do anything by the book, so here we are. Once we get past the rest of these color fills, then it's just back to line work and making sure everything is extra crispy. This place was in downtown Denver, which I try and avoid nowadays at this point in my life, but it is always fun to get out and go do some stuff. And now we're getting to those crispy line works to finalize this whole thing up. Let's listen to some of this paint in action, as this is the Sounds of Glory. So this little snowboard character, I know our friend loves to ride and loves nature. So that's kind of where we ended with this mural idea in the first place. She was thinking something with the cartoon, and I think we naturally went to the snowboard route being in Colorado, and I know she's a big snowboard advocate, so hopefully she enjoys checking out this mural every day in her backyard. I know we had a blast painting it. Now this green alligator cap is another skinny cap that I like. It's almost overpressured when you use it. I probably should have let some air out of the can, but it's a really good one for, again, just crispy lines like I like. If you ever want to know what I'm using or anything, just hit me up. I'm glad to answer any questions. But green alligator cap is one of the thinnest caps I think that works to still get really crispy lines. There's a little bit smaller caps than this one, but for the style art I'm doing and how I want the outcome to look, this is a really good cap. Eyeballs and characters. Nothing more fun. This was some of the last days of summer, I think, when we were painting this. So it was actually pretty warm, but still chilly enough to wear a long sleeve. I can't even reiterate enough how fun it is to bring the wife and the kids along to things like this. I don't think a lot of kids get exposed to art in many forms outside of coloring books and, you know, things you can do around the house. So this is like, I mean, I know personally I didn't get a hold of spray paint can until I was, 15 and could do it on my own. So it's really cool to be able to do something like this with the kids while they're so young, just to expose them to stuff. Whether they like it or not, that is yet to be determined, but they have a blast while we're doing it. If you know my artwork, you know I very much like the bright colorways. I just love things to pop off the wall. It's probably one of the things I like the most about spray paint is just the opaque, bright colors behind it are just amazing. One of my favorites. So luckily the client was on board with the brightness too. Then I like to finish up my murals with a bunch of shading work. Kind of brings it up to par in my opinion. It looks very flat without it. I either shade it like this or I try and do a 2-color shading style where it's kind of a hard line shade, but I much prefer this techie for some stuff, especially when I'm trying to keep it kind of simple and keep my colors to a minimum. But anyway, I mean, this is how the mural turned out. I think it looks awesome. I know she's redoing her whole backyard, so this whole thing's gonna look super nice. I'll have to go back over there and get some final photos when she has all the grass and I think she's building a little porch or something, so it'll be a really cool place to sit and drink some coffee in the morning. Thanks again for following. Thanks again for checking out the video. You know how we do. Hit me up with any questions or work if you ever need freelance or murals. Holler at your boy. Would love to help. Make sure to subscribe. Pager.One, and I'm out.
Peace.